Have you been looking for a supportive space where you can talk lupus advocacy and business? Then I have the group for you. Join the Loopy Boss Academy on Facebook today. You'll gain access to valuable info on lupus advocacy and business strategies. Plus, you'll have networking opportunities with fellow lupus warrior bosses. So don't miss out. Find us on Facebook now and let's empower one another to reach to the next level. Hi, welcome to Lupus Speaks Podcast, where we shine a spotlight on lupus who are bossing it in business, inspiring others, and making a mark in the lupus community. I'm your host, Shedrica Holmes, on a mission to showcase the incredible journeys of lupus warriors turned entrepreneurs, influencers, and advocates. So get ready for empowering stories, insightful conversations, and a dose of inspiration. This is not just a podcast, it's a platform for you to dream again. So join me as we explore the possibilities beyond lupus and celebrate the resilience of lupus community. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Lupus Speaks Podcast, and I'm your host Shedrica Shante. And today we have Michelle Mitchell. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm so glad to have you on the show today. I have so many questions, but let's start out with how you get into being a first grade teacher?
That's something I totally did not expect. Definitely didn't. So, I actually have my bachelor's degree in fashion marketing and management. And long story short, the way life happens after you graduate and expecting this and that with your career, I had to move back home. And I had to move back home. And as I was seeking for something in my field, my bishop came to me and was like, I was thinking of you with the after school program. And I was like, me? I was like, you might be talking about my sister. Maybe you mixed this up because Michelle, I might watch over kids, but I don't see myself as a teacher. And long story short, I got into it. I loved it. And I love little people. And I've been there for maybe like 6 years and even got Teacher of the Year my second year teaching.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, as a beauty expert and the first grade teacher, how do you wear these multiple hats and how do you manage both of these professions while prioritizing your health, such as lupus, and self-care?
That's a good one because I have people say to me, like, you do so much. How do you manage all that? And first of all, like, I'm a creative. It's like I can't have my hand in just one thing. I like mostly on the weekdays. Of course I teach Monday through Thursday, and that gives me the freedom, like through Friday through the weekends, to have my creative outlet and like service my clients and doing any type of content creation and things like that.
Okay. So, can you share some insights into how your background in the makeup industry and beauty has influenced your approach to self-expression and confidence, both personally and professionally? Because I really want to know, like, how do you navigate that while living with lupus and you sometimes don't feel beautiful or don't feel good at all? Like, how do you manage all of that confidence and, self-expression?
It definitely took some getting used to after my lupus diagnosis, because in the beginning of my lupus journey, I was almost like almost completely disabled. I wasn't able to like walk, and like I had needed help, feeding myself, washing my hair, all the things. And when I attempted to even like make myself feel better and put makeup on myself, me not being able to hold a makeup brush was scary. It was real scary. But working with my rheumatologist and kind of practicing on my mobility with my hands and my creativity, and just practicing really really helped with my makeup artistry.
So take us through a little bit of your lupus journey as far as like some of the things that you experienced. 'Cause I see you mentioned some struggles with mobility. So walk us through that a little bit so we can kind of understand how you got into all of this, um, and managing it all.
Okay, so towards the end of 2019, I noticed, as a teacher, I'm always on my feet, active, with little kids. And I noticed like I'm sleepy more. Like I'm already like
Mm-hmm.
again a sleepy girl. I love my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, okay, I got enough rest. I did this. Like, why am I like even more drained? Like, why am I sore? Like, I barely did anything today. Like, why am I feeling this? And then I, took it up to like, hey, maybe I'm not exercising enough. When we were doing online courses, um, I noticed the mobility in my hands change. And I
Mm-hmm.
took that up to, hey, I'm always on my phone doing work and, doing, lesson plans and content creation. Maybe I have carpal tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just got worse. And it was to the point when I had to ask my coworkers, like, hey, I can't even finish typing this up. Could you help me out? Um, and then all of a sudden, waking up and not being able to move was frightening. I remember
Yeah.
waking up one time and um, I normally have my phone like really close to me, and it was like I was almost paralyzed and having a sharp pain in my chest, and it was just like the scariest thing, not being able, excuse me, not being able to reach my phone. I believe in like 15 minutes, I was able to reach my phone and call somebody to come help me. But I was like, something is wrong because this isn't just um, carpal tunnel. This is way more than that. And, during the pandemic, um, doctor's appointments are like, it's very hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
And going through that and not knowing what's going on with you is scary. And then it progressed to that, to boom, like what's going on with my legs? Like my legs just stopped um working. It was hard to get up, hard to walk around by myself. And luckily, my parents had like walkers and canes around. So I had to start walking with those, and my feet swelling up, and it's unusual. I'm putting my feet up, doing all the things, but it's like it's not going away. And I don't believe I had my first appointment till July of 2020, I believe. Um, and just waiting around to see what the the diagnosis was, and felt um very strange that I couldn't do things for myself, and especially having older parents and them having to be your caretakers now. So
Mm-hmm.
my my parents and my sisters became my caretakers. Um, so that was definitely a struggle. It's just, as you know, it's a scary thing to just have your body just break down and you have no idea why. Like, I've heard of lupus, but I didn't know the death or the signs or the symptoms and things like that.
So, how do you find ways to share and advocate for the community now that you do have this diagnosis? Is this something you kind of new to transition into? Because it seems like you haven't had lupus that long, so you're still new to like navigating how all this works.
Yes, like I'm still navigating, but it seems like the avocation like really um came quick.
Hmm.
Because once I got with my rheumatologist at UNC and figuring out my health plan, I became part of a clinical trial. And then she offered to me to be a part of a group that actually helps um, everyone, that the team of doctors that deal with lupus patients, to, help, advocate for other lupus patients, see what our experiences are, and to like come up with things to help um, people that are diagnosed with lupus. Because, once you get lupus, you're like, what do I do now? And your caretakers for sure are like, I don't know what to do. So helping to create communities and working on a possible like app to help your caretakers in with this lupus journey. Like, you really need people that go through what you go through, because just talking to somebody that doesn't have lupus, they don't really understand. But it helps to really talk to other people with lupus, so you can have someone to vent to, ask advice. So that came very quickly, surprisingly, and I'm just proud to be a part of something like that.
Yeah. So, how do you incorporate your beauty industry background into this here? Your beauty. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, how do you incorporate the beauty world within the lupus community?
I get what you're saying. I would really love to, like, I'm real rounded, but I really would love to focus and like have events with other people in the lupus community, because we know as lupus, like I have SLE lupus. Um there's lupus that affects your skin, and we want to feel, confident in every way about beauty. You may need advice on, hey, how do I cover up my butterfly rash?
Mm-hmm.
How do I take better care of my skin? Because with lupus, we have to really look closely of what we intake, not only just food, but
Mm-hmm.
what we take in our skin. We really need
Mm-hmm.
to look at, there's some products that have, chemicals in it that's not good for us, and
Mm-hmm.
we handle things differently. So I really love makeup artistry, because the feeling that people get after you enhance their beauty, not make them look like something completely different that they aren't, but you enhance their beauty, and you can just see like their glow and their mood just boost. So I would love to work with more people in the lupus community and do more things.
Well, that's cool. So, what are some of the practices that you do use and you have found helpful with maintaining your skin and things like that to cover up your rash? Is it just makeup? Is it certain type of product that you use, or some things that you actually do as a routine in order for your skin to glow?
I really stay consistent with my skincare routine, making sure that I'm using a cleanser, exfoliating twice a week, and using moisturizers, and really careful about what I'm putting on my skin, products that have like no parabens in it and things like that. I don't have a butterfly rash myself, but I have one of my old teammates, she had a butterfly rash, and looking into concealers and powders, and I love to like I love to help people really have the knowledge of what it is that they're putting on their skin, and making sure they know the importance of, what's healthy. Okay.
Okay, so in your experience, how can individuals in demanding professions such as teaching and the beauty world, how can they cultivate a supportive environment that encourage authenticity and it's a supportive environment that encourages an open communication about mental and emotional health?
One, I believe being honest with yourself, because I've struggled. I've gotten better. I've struggled with um because I'm used to, being fine and doing all the things. I think that's with all of us, with
Mm-hmm.
like, because lupus is an invisible disease, and you don't want to worry somebody, or you don't want to go into it because, they don't understand. You just say, I'm fine, or whatever, when you're not. So being honest with yourself and saying, hey, my body is like doing the most right now. I just cannot. Or a lot of times, like, if I have clients, I space them out, because I know, like, after I get done with a client, like, my body is done.
Mm-hmm.
So being honest with yourself and pacing, and trying to put your health first, um trying to get more sleep, trying to push yourself, and maybe wake up a little bit early, because you know how much time it takes you to get ready. um Making sure that you're eating the right things, making sure you tell people, like, just have boundaries, or let them know up front, this and this is going on with me. So I think that helps out a lot, and it's not like an automatic thing. Like, it takes some time to kind of, get out of your pride,
Mm-hmm.
um, and asking for help.
So would you say you have had a lot of support through this journey? Because I don't know if I asked, but what year did you actually get your diagnosis from the symptoms that you were experiencing?
It was August 2020 when I got it.
So you're so new at this.
Yes. Also, but it seems long, but
You had it
it's
forever,
not
right?
really. Yeah. So I believe I became a, like, more disabled around, like, spring, like, 2020, and then it was like 2.5 years of that
Mm-hmm.
time, and then getting, like, slowly getting back to myself was a process.
Yeah. So what medications are you currently taking now?
I'm finally, like, kind of like tapered off prednisone,
Mm-hmm.
um and hydrochloroquine. That's every day. Can't remember other meds, but I'm so happy that I'm taking less meds.
Yes.
And yeah, with my like my clinical trials, we tapered me off, and then, with lupus, other things come, other
Yeah. Yeah.
surprises. I know I talked to you about my uh, pop up things that I did not expect, with pericarditis, and, started saying, like, oh, you have fluid in your lungs and things like that. And it's like, I was finally getting off prednisone, and now I'm being put back on that because of that. But we will never know what happens when it comes to lupus. But I'm glad I'm finally in a place where I'm taking less medication. I'm trying to, like, juice more, trying to eat healthier. um,
So what are some of the things that you think are missing within this community as far as how we all help each other or connect, or you think it's a pretty good smooth process? I'm only asking because I mean, for me, I feel like I'm still somewhat a beginner to the community of lupus warriors. Not having lupus, but just the community, and coming, it's like I'm a new set of eyes as well. So I was just wondering, curious to know, like, what you thought about the community and like where everybody is at and what's missing.
I believe platforms like the one that you have help a lot. It really does help a lot. And what would help more is, like, if we know, if we have somewhere to go where we know where all the things are. We have all the, social media communities, and everything like that. When I was first diagnosed, it's like, I don't know anybody that has lupus. Sometimes it runs in a family. I have a cousin that's, a distant cousin that has lupus. But like I don't know all the things. And it was me like hunting on TikTok. I was on TikTok forever, like
Mm-hmm.
looking up people's different experiences, and going on Instagram and finding different communities, which I still am. But things like that help because, like we talked about before, like having people to talk to that know what you're going through, like really makes a difference.
It does. It really does. I know it's been a long journey just to keep up with everything and maintain a podcast with the life that's lifing.
Yeah. I know
So,
how it is. I told a friend, because of course I do a lot of content creation, and I tell her as soon as I get a package, it's like my body knows because I'm supposed to be creating this content, but my body starts acting up. Like I've had a PR box for I don't know how many months, and I just now started using it because life be life.
it does. It does. So walk us through some of the processes that you take through for those that are listening that are really want to get into content creating and building a business online while they are navigating lupus. Take us through that journey of what's that like for you.
About in 2017, I partnered with a pro makeup company called Long Life by Alcone, and I love it because it allows me to, like, as a makeup artist, and even if I wasn't just, a beauty enthusiast, of, I love servicing other people and educating other people. Um, is connecting with other people and see who you connect with and whose content or who you want to be inspired by. Um, and like managing your time and seeing what you want to educate your audience on today, um and putting different factors in there um like entertainment, I'm sorry, education, and just teaching others how to use products or whatever content creation like field you want to go to, and like of course sharing like your everyday life and being vulnerable, and like showing people the real. Like sometimes I'll just get on my stories and be like, uh my lupus is acting up today. It's it's not
Mm-hmm.
helping. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not happening today. Just having like a friendship with your network and sharing those things.
So, what are some of the things that you are using to build up your brand? Are you, because you say you wanted to work more with the lupus community? Because I saw something that you posted with your makeup bags or whatever. So, like,
Mhm.
tell me more about that and how you teach those classes.
So with the makeup bag makeover, it's just having a fun event where so a lot of people are intimidated by makeup, and it's like I don't know all the things, or they watch videos and it's like I can't follow that. So the ladies come, they bring their makeup bag, and I show them how to use what they have, and
Oh, okay.
go through. And a lot of people don't know or don't have the education, like, hey, like, this baby girl, this is expired. You need to let's toss that, okay? Or like, hey, this would actually look better on your skin. And the number one question is like, how do I match my foundation? So I would teach them how to match their complexion, and of course, like, make it easy for them to like figure out what their lifestyle is. Like, if I only have about 5-10 minutes to do my makeup, what can I do to like enhance my beauty like in a few minutes?
That's what I would like to
Yeah.
see from you on your end. I would like to see, as a lupus warrior, like just giving like examples, like as a mom, and then you can do like a quick reel of like how you would do your makeup as a mom, or if you getting ready to go to the gym but you want to look cute still, like something like that would be something cute that I would like to see on your page.
Yes. I love that feedback. I really do.
I think that's so cool because one of the things that I found within this lupus community that is missing is the feedback, really, like not from the lupus people that we're serving, you know what I mean, because they're like the consumers of our information. Which feedback from them is good, but from the professional as well, like the ones that know like how you could do this or edit this, or kind of like those things like that. So I think that'd be fun to build up a community around people that are doing that.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, we talked about you being a teacher. We talked about your lupus symptoms, your diagnosis. Talks about the makeup industry, how you got into that, how you what's in the future for your brand and your business, and what things that you want to do in the future. So yeah,
I thought about that. I would like to see from other people somebody that travels a lot, because last year when I traveled for the first time after having my diagnosis, I went on a train, and then after I thought maybe like out of pride I didn't click the handicap or whatever that I needed help, but I was like, I think I needed that because the struggle was real. Because on top of lupus, I have plantar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Fasciitis or fasciitis has gotten better now, but then the whole week I was miserable. Like I was struggling the whole time.
Yeah, I think even with the traveling and discussing the recovery time afterwards, after you come back from that trip, and like what all you have to do to bounce back, that's something I would like to see more of too. So, okay, so where could my audience find you if they want to work with you or connect with you?
You can find me on Facebook at Michelle Mitchell. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Shelly Danae Beauty. That's CHELLEY, D as in dog, ENAE Beauty.
Oh, it was so nice to talk to you today.
It's nice to talk to you too.
And finally meet you behind the camera.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lupus Speaks Podcast. And until next time, you guys, peace and be intentional. As we wrap up another episode of Lupus Speaks, I hope you are leaving with renewed inspiration and a belief that dreams are attainable despite lupus or any chronic illness. Let's keep the conversation going by connecting with us at Lupus Speaks on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Please remember, you are not alone on this journey, and that your dreams are not defined by lupus. They're powered by your strength and determination. So until next time, you guys, peace and be intentional.